Hi everyone. For today's free kids cooking class, we are going to be making caramel peanut butter bars. I always call them something different. I always call them peanut butter caramel bars. Okay, we are making caramel peanut butter bars. So, first step, get all of your ingredients out, okay? So I'm going to be posting the recipe in the comments of this. And so go ahead and just grab all your recipes and grab all your supplies and get set up. Okay, you can pause the video if you need to, and then go ahead and start when you're ready. Okay, so the first step is to take a cake mix, yellow cake mix, and oats. And you're going to mix them together. Okay, so I have yellow cake mix. Okay, I'm going to get some scissors. Sorry if you can hear that background noise, that's my son. Okay, here we go. Yellow cake mix. And then we're going to do oats. It's 1 cup of oats. So I just have quick oats, so that's what I've got. 1 cup. Okay, put those two together. Okay, we're just gonna mix those up. Now, I forgot to mention right at the beginning, but you are gonna want to preheat your oven. Okay, so preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, so your yellow cake mix and your oats are mixed together. So now we have kind of an interesting direction. The directions say to cut in 2/3 of a cup of peanut butter. Okay, so what does cut in mean? Does anyone have any ideas? Grab my creamy peanut butter. Talk to your mom, maybe see if you can get it. What does cut in mean? Okay, so the answer is, first we're gonna measure out our 2/3 cut, and then we are going to just put basically blobs of peanut butter in our mixture and kind of mix it up. We just don't wanna put all the peanut butter in all at the same place in our mixture. It'll make it really hard to mix. Okay, so cut in, if you had butter, you would just cut pieces off of the butter. Now ours is peanut butter, right? So what we're gonna do instead is I'll take little blobs of it like this and kind of put it in different places in the mix, just like this. I'm gonna move my spoon, give me a little more space. And then after we finish this, we're gonna mix it all up. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'll get this out of the way. Now, another tip, kids. Peanut butter and butter are very oily, right? And honey is really sticky. So if you are trying to clean peanut butter or butter off of a spoon, or for example, the measuring cup and spoon I just put into the sink, do you have any guesses what would help clean it off, right? So think about that for a second. Guesses on what would help clean off something really oily or sticky. So this is cutting in. I'm just taking the side of my spoon and I'm kind of mixing it around like this, and then I just mixing as much as I can, trying to spread out the peanut butter as much as I can so that I can get more of the dry ingredients on the peanut butter to mix it. Okay, so back to my question. The answer is hot water, all right? So if you have something that's really stuck to your pan or really sticky or really oily or it's on your fingers and you can't get it off, the answer is hot water, okay? Don't get it too hot, you don't wanna burn your fingers, but hot water helps a lot. Okay, so here we go, we're mixing. I think this is actually looking pretty good. Okay, now, that is pretty good shape. We're in pretty good shape here. So, the next step is actually to prepare your 9x13 inch pan, okay? So grab your 9x13 pan, I'm gonna grab mine. Okay, so I have my 9x13 pan. Mine has a lid. We're not going to need it. I'll put it over here. Now, this is not in your instructions, but this is what I'm going to do because this is a caramel recipe, right? There's going to be caramel in here. We know it's caramel peanut butter bars. And caramel is very sticky. So I suspect that the caramel is going to stick to my pan and make it hard to get the bars out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, you can use wax paper if you have wax paper. I'm going to use parchment paper. Okay, and I'm gonna put that in the bottom of my pan. Okay? Now, if you have wax paper or anything that's not parchment paper, or if you're just putting it right into your 9x13-inch pan, spray it with cooking spray, okay? I'm not going to spray mine because parchment paper kind of takes care of that. But spray it with cooking spray. It'll make a big difference, okay? So we are going to reserve 1 cup of our crumbled mixture, okay? So I'm just going to measure, I have an extra bowl. I'm going to measure 1 cup, okay? And we're going to measure one good cup, right? 1 even cup. So to measure 1 even cup, I need a knife, okay? So I have my cup here, and I'm going to make it 1 nice, flat, even cup of mixture, right? So this is how we measure flour and all dry ingredients to make sure that it is completely exact, because baking needs to be exact. So we are reserving 1 cup. I'm going to put it over here because we don't need it right now. Put it right here on the corner. Okay, and then we're going to take the rest of this and we're going to put it into our baking pan right here. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the 9x13. Okay, so now we need to squish this all down really good. I'm going to move this, we don't need it. So one trick that I use to put like bars or something that I need to squish down, like maybe a graham cracker crust for something, is to use a potato masher. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I've got my tomato masher, or potato masher. Okay, and I'm going to put this all in. Okay, there we go. All in the bottom of my pan. There we go. Okay, so we're going to set this aside. We don't need it for it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take our cream cheese. Sorry, that is my 2-year-old. My husband is here. He's taking care of him. We're good. But he's cranky for some reason. Who knew? That happens with 2-year-olds. Okay, so we have our cream cheese. And mine is not quite soft enough. I left it out of the refrigerator for a little while, but it's not quite soft enough. So I'm probably going to heat mine up in the microwave for just like 10 seconds. Okay, so I'm opening it up. You need all 8 ounces. I'm putting the whole thing in the bowl. All right. Save our garbage over here for later. And I'm going to microwave it for just a second. Okay, while that's in the microwave, we are going to be beating our cream cheese with an electric mixer. So depending on the type of electric mixer you have, maybe you have a KitchenAid and it's already hooked up and already against the wall, that's perfect. If you're using a hand mixer, then kids, this is how I recommend you get your hand mixer ready. Okay, so it's completely unplugged. So now I'm going to take my 2 beaters, right? Here's beater number 1. I'm going to make sure this is in the off position, and then I'm going to put my beater in, and then I'm going to do the same thing for this one, right? Never try and take these out or put these in when it's plugged in, right? You don't want them going off in your hand. Okay, I'm going to grab the cream cheese. Okay, I'm just going to test it. So yeah, that's much better already, right? So it's soft. I can just already kind of push into it and make a little indentation with my spatula. So that's great. Okay, so I'm going to plug in my beaters right over here. You can see. Good. Okay, and we are going to beat our cream cheese until it is fluffy. All right, so that's what we're going to do. It'll be kind of loud, so go ahead and beat your cream cheese. kid's cooking class, so he's going to join us. He actually loves to bake. That's why he ran over here as he heard the mixer, right? And he and I have a lot of fun in the kitchen together. So he's going to hang out with us. All right, so the next ingredient is our caramel sauce. Okay, so you're going to take 1.5 cups, 12 ounces. 8 ounces is a cup, okay? So you're going to take 1.5 cups of caramel sauce and mix it in with your cream cheese. Okay, so because my 1 cup is dirty, I am actually going to do two 3/4 cups, okay? So my measuring cups are awesome, and they include a 3/4 cup and a 2/3 cup. So I'm going to use 2 3/4 cups. Now, if you don't have 3/4 cup, right, and we've already used the 1 cup, what could you do? All right? Just a second, buddy. What could you do, right, to measure 12 ounces or 1.5 cups? Okay, so there's half of what I need. Okay. You could do 3 1/2 cups, right? That also equals 1.5 cups. And then again, like I said, 2 3/4 cups equals 1.5 cups. Okay. All right, so that is a lot of caramel. Remember, these are caramel peanut butter bars. Okay, so again, caramel is super sticky. So like the peanut butter that we were talking about, hot water will help you get this off really quickly. I'm going to put it into the sink. Okay, so I'm going to mix up the caramel and the cream cheese with my beaters. Done, so I'm going to unplug this, and I have to admit something. I made a mistake, right? Which I'm sure no one has ever done when they're baking before, but it's easily fixed. Now, this is what baking is all about. You can easily go back and fix a mistake if you make one. Okay, and that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so I know that I already had you guys put this in your 9x13-inch pan. But I am sorry, we are going to just back the truck up here, and we are going to take it out, all right? Okay, so we're going to take it out. We forgot an ingredient, and it's an important one, so we have to put it in still, okay? So we're going to take this out. We're going to put it in. Okay, this is so easy to fix. So if you ever make a mistake, kids, while you're baking, you can just go and fix it really, really quick, okay? All right, so I'm going to move this. Okay. Ethan, just a second, please. Okay, I'm going to move this so you guys can see. Okay, and we are going to take, I'm going to move this only because Ethan's going to play with it if I don't. Okay, you can leave yours where it is. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bowl. I'm going to take a little tiny bowl, and we're going to put in 1 egg. Okay, 1 egg. Okay, crack your egg in there. I'm going to throw this in our compost. Okay. And then we need, 2 tablespoons of milk. Okay, so get your tablespoon and then don't put any of this in here. Thank you, sweetie. Okay, and then just do 2 tablespoons of milk in with your egg. Perfect. Okay, and then you can take a whisk. I'm just going to use a fork and just beat that up really quickly, right? You want to beat up your egg and your milk together. Sorry, I forgot this the first time around. Distracted, apparently. Okay, so now that we have this, we're going to mix that in with our peanut butter crumble mixture, okay? No chocolate chips yet. We'll put the chocolate chips on at the very end, okay? And you can be in charge of that. Okay, I'm just double checking because I already made a mistake. Okay, here we go. All right, so put it in. I'm gonna put this in the sink. All right, here we go. Mix this up. This will be much better. Egg is always a critical ingredient. Always need it. Super important. Okay, so just keep mixing until everything's a little bit wet. Looks kind of like a crumble. So again, I'm kind of using the side of my mixing spoon, right? Instead of just mixing like this, I'm kind of using the side. So that helps mix everything together and kind of cut through the egg like we cut through the peanut butter before to get all of your mixture wet and moist. Okay? So this is looking way better. Way more like a crumble. Okay, so now we're going to do what we did before, right? We're going to take our 1 cup measuring cup and we're going to reserve 1 cup of the crumble, which means, reserve just means we're going to save it off to the side because we're going to need it later, all right? So again, I'm going to do a pretty good job of making this even, and then I'm going to put my crumble off to the side that I don't need. Now we are going to put it in our 9 by 13 inch pan. Okay, so same thing. We're going to put all of this in our pan. Okay. And then we're going to just spread it out even in your 9 by 13 inch pan. And again, I like to use the potato masher to kind of put it in place. So a little extra here. This corner's a little shy, so I'm just going to try and make it as even as I can. Okay, that is looking pretty good. Use my fingers to get it into the corners. Okay, great. All right, so now we're going to take that delicious peanut butter cream cheese mixture that we made and we're going to dump it on top of this. Okay, so I'm going to put this all over. I'm going to make sure again so I don't miss another step. Yeah, perfect. Okay, here we go. Mixing it all, or not mixing, placing it all on top, spatula, and then spreading it out. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, and that's a lot of caramel cream cheese mixture, which is the whole reason this is delicious. Okay, so now we take our reserved crumble and we're gonna sprinkle it all over the top of the cream cheese caramel mixture, just like this. Can you see that? Okay, good. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Get it kind of all over the place. You can make it a little more crumbly with your fingers as you sprinkle around. Okay, there we go. Now, we need 1 cup of chocolate chips. All right, so I'm going to use my 1/2 measurement, right? And I'm going to do this twice to get to 1 cup. I'm going to put chocolate chips all over the top, just like this.
Blech.
Yummy, huh? I'm going to turn this out a little bit. Okay. Good job, buddy. You want to put them in here? Here, put them in my hands first. Good job. Okay, and then I'll sprinkle them all over. Okay, need just a little bit more. So, obviously I'm letting him measure, right? Which is not a precise measurement. So, this will be probably all we need, buddy, okay? So it's probably about a cup, probably a little more. Just gonna put some back. So kind of have fun with the chocolate chips, right? It's okay if it's not perfect. Then we're gonna put this in the oven for 30 minutes. And when it comes out, let it cool. And then you can go ahead and enjoy your delicious caramel peanut butter bars. Thanks for joining me today. And thanks for going back and adding your egg and milk to your mixture afterward. Have a good one.